Assalamu alaikum friend, how are you? Many technician brothers have requested to me make a video of a schematic diagram in English, and today I will sharing with you how to using schematic diagram and you can easily solve any kind of problem. Example, no service issue, no charging, no display light, no camera, no speaker, etc. And this is schematic model. This is a Samsung M02 model. Samsung M02 schematic diagram. This complete motherboard has two sections, one power section, two network section. What's including the power section? Power section and U2009, U7014 BLIC, U6001 speaker ampere IC, CPU UCP400, and internal memory UME 5000, secondary power IC U5001, OBP U6000, and crystal U7013, U70137003 LDO, and U5000 main power IC, and this IC and this 1 2 3 4 5 and 6 and 7 8 and 9 IC including in power section. And this is power section, and this is network section, and network section anything under the network section. And network section have U2005 transceiver IC and U3005 Bluetooth Wi-Fi GPS IC and high band PA 1001 and U1002 high band PA, and this is main PA. This section is network section. And this section power section block diagram. This is power section block diagram, and which IC including power section. And power section have audio IC, LDO, LDO 4-pin transistor, and BL light IC, BG IC, and internal memory IC, main power IC, secondary power IC, and this is main all IC including power section. This is power section block diagram. All connection all connection output from CPU, and like how to solve the speaker problem. And speaker mean MP3 and ringtone problem, and three main connection come from CPU with this amplifier IC. This speaker amplifier IC 3 pin and converting after converting output to connection, speaker plus and minus connection, and low sound problem and no speaker sound problem. First check speaker connection okay, that means problem speaker amplifier IC number AW88896. this is original IC number, and this IC location this speaker amplifier IC location U6001 speaker amplifier. This is speaker amplifier IC. Speaker problem and low sound problem, totally no sound. Replace this speaker amplifier IC. Second, how to solve the charging problem. After charger connected, charging no response, no charge show. How to solve this problem? Charging issue. And B bus main charging positive voltage. Charging first time replace sub PCB charging port, and sub PCB. After sub PCB change, problem not solved, and check sub PCB capacitor C1023 have 5 volt or no, and this capacitor have 5 volt. Then check C6029 charging 5 volt directly sub PCB come from sub PCB directly come from sub PCB to capacitor number C6029. Capacitor number C6029 directly come from capacitor number C6029. Then this connection input in OBP IC, charging OBP, over voltage protection IC. Directly 5 volt come from sub PCB, we come from C6029 capacitor. Then this voltage input power IC OBP IC. This whose location have this capacitor C6029 or OBP IC. Check OBP IC number location U6000, location number U6000. And this is OBP IC U6000, and this capacitor 6023. Charging 5 volt, charging positive 5 volt directly sub PCB come from sub PCB directly come to C6023 capacitor. Sub PCB directly sub PCB to C6023 capacitor. Directly 5 volt come C602 capacitor. As first check this capacitor have 5 volt, yes or no. After connected charger, must be connected charger. Then check this capacitor 5 volt have or no. This capacitor have no 5 volt. Connection 1 jumper from main sub PCB positive voltage, then jumper 6023 capacitor, directly jumper from 602 capacitor. But this capacitor have already 5 volt. Problem U6000 charging OBP IC, OBP over voltage protection IC. This is OBP IC. Then this capacitor have 5 volt, replace U6000 OBP IC. After replace this IC, problem 100% solved. Another charging problem, charge showing after charger connecting, charge showing but not reserve charge in battery. Battery is charging. Battery charging means charging connected but charging showing but not reserve charge battery. After charge showing not reserve in battery, use 6000 OBPIC 100% okay. Problem is secondary power IC E5001 secondary power IC. After charge not reserve, replace U5001 secondary power IC. Whose location have secondary power IC? Let's check. E5001 secondary power IC. This IC under the power section. But charging not reserve, replace this IC. And third solution, how to solve the no display no light problem. How to solve the no display no light problem? How to solve the no display no light problem? See this, still LCD is still off after power on. This means after phone fully completely on but no display. First check display connection, display connected okay. Then check BDD LCD 1.8 volt, capacitor number C6027, capacitor number C6027 have 1.8 volt have or no. Which location have this capacitor? Check. This capacitor have near LCD connector. Let's check C6027. This capacitor have 1.8 volt, 1.8 volt. This capacitor have 1.8 volt but no display no light. Then check U7001 4 pin LDO transistor. Who is see this. This capacitor have no this voltage, replace U7001 not, this is not IC, this 4 pin transistor LDO transistor. Which location have this IC? Check. And near CPU is U7001. This is LDO 4 pin, no display no light, replace this U7001 4 pin LDO capacitor. Problem, I hope your problem 100% solved. Our problem only light problem, display graphics okay, no light. After replace this 4 pin transistor, problem not solved, no display light no graphics. And replace U7014. This is busy IC, BLIC 7014. Check. U7014 BLIC. This is BLIC graphics IC. LCD no display no light. After replace this U7001, then replace this BLIC problem 100% solved. how to solve the no service issue. Samsung phone is common problem, no service. How to easily solve the no service problem. When come a Samsung phone no service problem, first check 2 voltage. First check 2 voltage. 1.8 volt capacitor number C6066, C2066, C2022, C2025. 4 capacitor and 1 connection. This is same connection. 4 capacitor same connection. Check have 1.8 volt, yes or no. This capacitor have 1.8 volt. First check have voltage have or no. Which location have 4 capacitor, check. See this near U2005 WTO transcover IC. This as a check. C2022, C2066. Check this capacitor have 1.8 volt, yes and no. This capacitor have 1.8 volt. Then check another voltage 1.2 voltage. 1.2 volt is C2024, C2067 capacitor. This capacitor have 1.2 volt is yes and no, check. Who is got it. Upper side U2005 upper side this capacitor have C2024, C2067. Check this capacitor have 1.2 volt. This is two connection is same, C2024, C2061, 1.2 volt and 1.8 volt input. This directly 1.8 volt directly come from power IC. With this capacitor input from U2005 RF transcover IC 1.8 volt. Output voltage 1.2. This capacitor have 1.2 volt, yes or no. This this capacitor have no 1.2 volt. Problem 100% damage U2005 transcover IC. This IC many of us now WTR or RFIC, this name main technician. Its original name transcover IC, U2005 transcover IC. Or this capacitor have no 1.8 volt. That means U2005 okay. Problem main PMIC, main power IC 1.8 volt directly come from main power IC. Or this capacitor have 1.8 volt power IC, main power IC okay. Then check C2024, C2067. This capacitor have no 1.2 volt, 100% problem U2005. Then replace U2005 transcover RF or WTR IC. No service problem, 100% solved. Another problem, how to solve the camera failed problem. Many time come on a lot of phone, camera black, camera failed. How to solve the camera problem? And many time camera damage LDU 4-pin LDU transistor. U7013, U703, this is LDU capacitor transistor. See the block diagram. See rear camera 13 megapixel rear camera 1, 2 megapixel rear camera 2. Check see LDU and full motherboard. Total have 7 LDU transistor in motherboard. Front camera not work, check this LDU 13 megapixel rear camera now black network, check this LDO. Again check full network block diagram. This is block diagram, network section. This is network section and this is network section and Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, FMIC. This is transcover ICU 2005. All connection output from this IC, all signal output from this 2000 transcover IC. This IC many of us now WTR or RFIC this name, but this IC output voltage from high band output voltage to high band PA, high band PA1, high band PA2, and this high band PA damage. What's problem? 3G 4G problem, 2G GSM network problem. When earphone is problem, 2G network okay, 4G and 3G and 4G network not okay, and change this high band PA Sky 7762, or low frequency problem, low frequency change this high band PA, or emergency call only on network signal have phone but emergency. This is main PA problem. This is main PA Sky 7762. Replace this capacitor problem. I hope problem 100% solved. Thanks for watching my video. Please subscribe my channel for my next video. Sorry for my bad English. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.